Let's go. Detroit basketball. Yo, let's get it. Let's get it. Yo, you know what? I keep my receipts. I keep my receipts. When I told y'all, I told y'all, I said the bench needed to get more minutes. I said the bench deserved an opportunity to give our starters rest. The bench was good enough to get it done. The bench was worthwhile investing in to see what we got because we're going to need it for this stretch. When I told y'all, y'all tried to tell me, oh, bro, we sacrificing wins. They're not worth it. We got to beat the Wizards. We need every win we could get to 9-2. What's going to happen if they lose? Are you going to be criticizing the bench now? Oh, I keep all the receipts. All the receipts. Oh, I can't wait to dive into this video. Oh, I can't wait. I was trying to, brother. I was trying to be patient. I was trying to be patient with y'all. I was trying to be patient. I was trying to explain to y'all it's chess, not checkers. I was trying to explain to y'all that you're playing for March and April. This is the Pistons. This ain't Charlotte. This ain't the Hornets that ain't won nothing. This is the Pistons. We're playing for keeps. We're playing to win, not just win right now. We're playing to win the big one. We're playing to win a championship. We're playing for a deep run in the playoffs. That's what we're playing for. That's what these moves are about. And when I told y'all the moves that needed to be made was evaluating our bench and giving them an opportunity while resting our starters. I said we should have did it against the Wizards. Y'all notice how springy Karis LeVert looked in his 92-year-old knees? Because he had 3 days off of rest. Now he dunking everything. Imagine if we had given Cade and Duran a rest against the lowly Washington 1-9 Washington Wizards. I ain't even going to go back that far, but I'm calling y'all out. I'm calling y'all out because y'all try to come at me. Y'all try to play me. You tried to play me. Try to play me. Try to act like I didn't know what I was talking about. Try to, oh man, nah, man, we out here. Nah, we need all we can get. Y'all out here playing like we on a 14-win pace. This ain't 2 years ago. What y'all still stuck in the past? Look, I get some of y'all just got here. Some of y'all wet behind the ears, got Similac on your breath, right? Some of y'all just got here. You ain't seen the championship days, right? You maybe caught the tail end of the Blake Griffin, Reggie Jackson era. That was probably the most success you ever seen from the Detroit Pistons. The Pistons are a squad that's about championships. That's about winning. And we haven't had a superstar like Cade Cunningham since Grant Hill. And most of y'all probably don't remember Grant Hill. And if there's anything we should have learned from Grant Hill, is that you don't put everything on your superstar because you'll wear them out. Which is why I kept saying it's important that we see what we have in this bench so we can maintain our depth, so we can understand how to position guys within the rotation, so we can maximize this roster, especially in the face of so many injuries. Duran got an ankle. Cade has a tailbone. Asar has an ankle. Stewart has an ankle. Tobias Harris has an ankle. Jaden Ivey has a knee. Sasser has a hip. We got all these injuries, and I keep telling y'all, okay, that doesn't mean you ride your starters to the max in November, bro. In November. You don't do that in November. If it was April, okay. We're trying to position. You can rest during the playoffs, especially if we're not in the play-in. You're going to get a break. You can recover. But it's November, bro. We're playing for something different. And if you didn't know, now you know. If you didn't know, if you thought we were just here for a 10-2 record to be number one in the East in November, if that's what you thought the goal was, if that's what you thought this was about, then I'm glad to be the one to set you straight. That's not why we're here. That's not the focus of this team. That's not what we're putting together. That wasn't why we tanked for Cade Cunningham. to be the number one seed in November. That wasn't why we tanked and end up with Asar Thompson instead of Victor Wembanyama. We made those moves so that we can be holding a Larry O'Brien trophy in the next few years. And to do that, we have to strategically position ourselves. We have to make sure that we are positioning our team, our roster development and construction in such a way that we have a full understanding of who is going to be along for that ride. We got Cade, put him to the side. I'd probably say Asar, put him to the side. Duran, he's shifting. He's almost over there. If he gets through the new year averaging over 20 and 10, put him over there. Okay, we good. We got it. Stu, put him over there. Now, what about the rest of the guys? What about the rest of these dudes? Tobias Harris, look, if he want to extend for a team-friendly deal somewhere around, 10 to 12 million a year? Hey, do it. Re-sign him, extend him for another 3 years. We could bring him off the bench. Solid veteran. Hey, slide him over here with that type of a deal if that's what he wants to do. We still got to figure out about Ivy. We still got to figure out about Ron. I'm going to get to Ron. Did not have his best game. In fact, he made some good plays. You know what? I'm going to get to Ron. You know what? No, before I get to Ron, I'm going to start with B-Ball Paul. B-Ball Paul motherfreaking Reed. Shot 11 of 13 from the field, 2 of 2 from the three-point line, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Has to be the greatest game of his career. 28 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals, 1 block, 4 turnovers, 3 fouls. Not only did he completely outplay and befuddle all-star Nikola Vucevic, kept him to 6 points and 6 rebounds. He was a minus 10. They couldn't even play him. For every bucket that Vucevic got, Paul Reed got 3. Couldn't stay with him. Too mobile, too active, too athletic, too skilled. Couldn't stay with him. B-Ball Paul, game ball goes to you. You get the belt. Wear it around your waist with pride. You get the belt. And then we got Mr. Dennis Jenkins. And this is what it was all for. Let me be clear. This entire strategy was all for this. Not for a big game from B-Ball Paul. It wasn't about finally seeing a major Duncan Robinson outing, who had a great game. Duncan Robinson, best game of the year. I don't care that you fouled out. You used your fouls. You gave us everything you had on defense, including help side rotations and being the tag man. Don't think I didn't see that. That's that Heat culture accountability where you have to make sure you're in position for the potential rotation as it's happening in real time. Y'all may not know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about as the ball is rotating and a guy is hedging or helping, you're already in position in case they pass to the guy that's helping someone else. In case they pass to the guy that your teammate who's helping someone else out, in case they pass to his guy, you're already there in place. I saw it. Other people may not be looking for that. I actually rewound it. I said, is he doing what I think he's doing? Is he tagging the secondary help guys, man, to make sure that he knows there's somebody right behind him so he's not even looking for the ball? Now, instead of looking to take advantage of his man helping, he's actually looking over his shoulder like, oh, shoot, who's right here? 6'8" Duncan Robinson. And then retreating back to his man. He gave us everything he had on defense. Kudos to you, Duncan Robinson. Gave us everything you had. Great game. Great game. And you were aggressive as hell from the three-point line. And that's what I've been waiting for. This Duncan Robinson. I need to see this Duncan Robinson carry over. I need to see D-Rob. Yeah, that's your new nickname. You out here in Detroit. You in Detroit now, so you got to get a nickname. You know what I'm saying? Can't just be the lonely white boy on the squad with no nickname. After this game, you D-Rob. You D-Rob. D-Rob was finally shooting that thing how he's supposed to be shooting that thing. In the face. In the face in my coming to America moment. Every single time. You're supposed to be catching that thing. Just, like you mad at it. Like it owe you money. Give me. I want to see that every time. You coming off those screens, Cade swings you the ball, Asar kicks out to you. If they don't close out all the way in here, if they not closed out to here, bro, if they not up here, they just right here, pull that hoe. Knock it down. I need to see that every single time. That level of aggressiveness, what it does is it forces the defense to have to overplay. And when they are overplaying you as a shooter, it opens up the floor for everyone else. That's what we need, that level of aggression. Some of the threes you were turning down throughout, I'm not even going to go in the past. I'm not going to go in the past. I'm staying in the present. Stay in the moment. It's a hell of a game, D-Rob. Hell of a game, D-Rob. Yo, hey. Worthy Victor, I appreciate you in the chat, bruh. I tried to tell him. Real estate page, good to see you in the chat. We played well, and I agree with playing the bench unit. We got him for. Do you see Coach yell at Bobby, shoot the ball? I've been telling. Bobby's still young. He's still young. Bobby is young here. He's still innocent. He don't have that killer yet. He don't have the I got mouths to feed yet. He don't have the I got to make sure we can pay this mortgage yet. He don't have that yet. He doesn't have it yet. It's okay. He's gonna get it eventually. You're gonna find himself a little bad little shorty, something like that. Mess around, all of a sudden, we got a kid, accountability. Oh shoot, responsible. I actually gotta really do this thing if I'm gonna do it, because there's an expectation now. All of a sudden, that lock in, he gonna start shooting that thing like D-Rob. Because he rebounds. Bobby Clement rebounds. Got 6 boards in this game. But where he struggled, he was just a little bit out of place at times, even though he showed he could move his feet extremely well on the perimeter. He contained extremely well on the perimeter. He just lacked a little discipline, got his hands down, got a little handsy at the end, but moved his feet, closed out hard, cut off Matas Buzelis. And I keep telling y'all Matas Buzelis is trash, bro. I keep telling y'all he's trash, bro. Y'all keep hyping him, listening to his media. Josh Giddey, Matas Buzelis. Trash, bro. Trash. I told y'all this after the first game. Trash. How many times they get the ball ripped out of their hands? Dead in front. And ripped out of his hands. Get out. Trash, bro. He's trash. Get him out of here. I don't even want. Get out of here, bro. And the ball ripped out of your hands. Team swings you the ball on the weak side wing. You got isolation. 4 guys on the opposite side of the court. You're one-on-one. You get the ball. You ripped. He got ripped like 3 times, bro. I keep telling y'all he's trash, bro. 4 turnovers. I get it. He's 6'10", good athlete, got a nice handle. He can knock down a shot. I get it. It's probably going to be something along the lines of, I don't know, Franz Wagner, right? A little bit lighter, a little bit more shifty. He's going to have a long career. but he's trash. He's trash. If he has to be your number one option, trash. If he has to be your number two option, trash. If you're trying to win a championship, he should be number 4, 5. That's who he is. That's who he is. He takes advantages of mismatches. He likes to get downhill where he can use his speed. I ain't even gonna talk about the Bulls. They trash, bro. They trash. Get them out of here. Get them out of here. I don't even want to talk about them. They not even playing team. Playing team. They gonna come back down to earth. Caught some people off guard. Then Cleveland had to expose them. DeAndre Hunter broke Josh Giddey's ankle in the most ugly way. Right? Get him out of here. Get him out of here. I don't want to talk about him. We're talking about the Pistons today. Talking about the Pistons tonight. That's who it's about. Let me tell you what this game was really about. Who this game was really about. Let me be clear who this game was really about. It was about Dennis Jenkins. It was about our discovering Dennis Jenkins. Look, I know Downtown Deuce was look, hey, he's driving the Dennis Jenkins fan bus, right? He's already in the passenger seat of the truck, and everyone's getting on board. I didn't get on first, but I'm still here before most of y'all up. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to act like I ain't here early. There's plenty of room. There's plenty of room. And now there's folks piling in, starting to get a little crowded. I was here when there was still space. You feel me? I was laid out. I was kicked back. Now it's a little cramped. We got all these fans here now. Everybody talking about Dennis Jenkins now. Watch tomorrow. You're going to hear a whole lot of Dennis Jenkins chat. You'll hear a whole lot of people. Just remember, a couple weeks ago, I'm already putting out videos on him. Hold my receipts. Only one who can say anything to me is Downtown Deuce. He's the only one who can say anything to me. Everyone else, they don't say nothing. Say nothing. Got on before y'all. That's why you got to follow your local Pistons content creator. Not these mainstream cats who don't really watch the games. Just watch some highlights, look at a box score. They ain't actually watching to see what's happening. Dennis Jenkins, the way he not just managed this team, he didn't just set the table. He led, directed, controlled the game for the Detroit Pistons. It's rare, bro. It's rare. I'm trying to tell you, it's rare to have a point guard who can set the table the way he did. He ended the game, let's get this right, with 12 assists. 12 assists. Now, I was a little mad. I was a little mad at the end because I kept being like, Dennis, go get the ball. We got a minute and change left. We got to close this thing out. Then I realized my man played 40 minutes. He played 40 minutes, right? You ain't been playing all season long, right? I'm saying it's hard to be ready for 40 NBA minutes. But he still gave us 18 points, 12 assists to only 3 motherfreaking turnovers. That's a 4-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. A 4-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. And 4 boards for good measure. 2 steals, but he probably caused at least 2 to 3 more steals. Dennis Jenkins was hooping, y'all. He was hooping. That assist to Paul Reed in the second half, he got past his man, put him in jail. All of a sudden, he sees Paul Reed for that little drop-off. He made sure he made eye contact. Paul Reed saw him because Paul Reed had to turn, and he dropped that thing only where Paul Reed could get it. Paul Reed picked it up, turned, spun, finish. Went from, I think it was an and one, it went from a 1-point game to a 4-point game or a 3-point game. It's a huge bucket for us. It's a huge. Chicago was making his comeback, making the run. Dennis Jenkins settled us down. I'll be honest with you. Whenever the ball was in Dennis Jenkins' hands, I was relaxed. I was like, oh, we good. We going to get a good shot. We going to get a good possession. We good. We good. Yo, before I go any further, smash the like button for me. Hit subscribe and the bell for notifications. Hey, remember, it's a small thing for you. Just a little tap, right? But it's a big thing for the channel. Appreciate all the love and support. We going in on this game. We're going in. I appreciate everyone who's here instead of with another Detroit Pistons content producer. You know what I mean? Which I support them as well, right? Especially my man Deuce. All it's to say is appreciate you being here. If you're going to be here, smash the like button for me. Go ahead and do that for me. Appreciate it. Let's get back to Dennis Jenkins. Let's get back to Dennis Jenkins because the boy, this is what this game was all about. Is he really who we think he is? Is he? This was a confirmation game. This was a game where now you can go, bet. Put that in your pocket. Put that right there. We got it. No, we good. We good. We got our Dennis Jenkins. Some of y'all was complaining about not having Dennis Schroeder. Downtown Deuce was the first one who said, like, I think Dennis Jenkins can do that. And I was like, come on, man. He's coming from the G League, bro. Just because he did it in summer league don't mean he's going to translate to the big leagues, man. And then when I did see him in there in spurts, it was like, bro, man, he's kind of timid at times. Wasn't really aggressive. In the NBA, you got to be aggressive, man. You got to be aggressive going for your shot. You got to be aggressive with everything you do. You got to be downhill. You got to be locked in. Sometimes seemed a little bit too passive. So I said to myself, I said, I don't think he's ready. I don't think he's ready. And then all of a sudden, he gets his moment. Extended minutes. He settles into his groove. He settles into his into his rhythm. And next thing you know, he has a huge game against the Wizards for us. Helps us pull that game out in overtime. And then comes the Chicago game. At home. The New Jerseys. No Cade. No Duran. No Tobias. No Asar. No Ivy. No starters. No Stu. No Sasser. Dennis, you're up. Here's the keys to the car. Go ahead. Run the show. And he did it to perfection. He did it to perfection. His balance of getting his teammates involved, setting the table, getting the ball where it needed to go, getting downhill to the rim. Even when he was missing, it was the right play. Even when he missed shots, it was the right play. Some of y'all don't understand that. Some of y'all think it's all about makes and misses. Taking the right shot is just as important as making a shot. And sometimes, I'm going to be real with you. Taking the right shot sometimes is even more impactful and important than making a shot. Y'all may not get that. What's my man's from the Washington Wizards, the one who fouled Cade up in the air? Came from the Houston Rockets. Drafted out of Villanova. Fell in the draft. Somebody remind me of his name. The one that fouled Cade yesterday. That young man is talent. Can jump out the gym. Can score all over. Cam Whitmore. Thank you, Frank Nitti. Thank you, Detroit Red. Cam Whitmore. He can hit a whole lot of shots. He doesn't hit and take the right shots. That's why he still comes off the bench. That's why he's not in regular rotations. Because for him to score, everything else has to shut down. Everything else has to stand still. You're not Kobe, bro. You're not Jordan. You're not AI. You're not good enough for everything to stand still just so you can get a shot off. Because Dennis Jenkins takes the right shots and he makes these shots. That's why he's moving over from that two-way deal and is going to get a full-time contract. Guaranteed. Expect it to happen sometime this week. By next week at the latest. It's a done deal. Signed. They're over here printing it up right now. Dennis Jenkins has to be a regular part of this rotation. Big At, yeah, good to see you in the chat, my brother. One of my oldest patrons in here. Shout out to you, bro. Always love. Great game by the team. Proud of them guys. Sometimes Ron Holland didn't take the right shots. He needs to slow down at times. Big facts. I said I was going to get to Ron, but I wanted to get to the high points. I want to talk about the high points because this game was about Dennis Jenkins. It was a confirmation that he is going to be a part of our regular rotation from this point forward. From this point forward, he is now going to be a part of our regular rotation. Expect him to be in the rotation. In fact, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Let me keep it a band. Let me keep it a buck. Let me keep it real with you. Like real talk, real talk, real talk, real talk. I said a while ago I wanted him to start. I wanted him to start because he could be the point of attack defender that we've been missing since Dennis Schroeder, and especially because we don't want to wear out Asar Thompson. I would love to see Dennis Jenkins starting next to Cade as a point of attack defender who can set the table, get Cade off the ball, knock down open threes, make the right plays, fly around on defense, get out in transition, push pace like we need to do around Cade because Cade has a tendency to move real slow until the fourth quarter. We know he's going to make good decisions. 4-to-1 assist to turnover ratio in this game. That's crazy. Your first NBA start, and you put up a 12 assist game, 2 steals, and only 3 turnovers in 40 minutes. Bro, ball security. Ball security. Something we've been lacking for a minute. I would love to see Dennis Jenkins start. In fact, I'd have him start over Ron Holland right now. And we're going to have to get to Ron Holland. Dennis Jenkins should be starting next to Cade and Duncan Robinson. And then Asar Thompson and Jalen Duren. And if Asar is out, we go Stu. Shoot, we can even go Paul Reed. Tolu Smith looked like this is his first meaningful minutes run of his career. I don't know if he has the length to really hold down the center position. Kind of reminds me of a Luka Garza type, just shy of really looking like an NBA rotation player. But hey, he still did solid. Rebounded great. Was able to finish on the inside when he was able to get the shot off in time. But he just looked like he was just, if we had to rely on a Tolu Smith, he would be solid all year long. But just shy of really what we're looking for. Kind of like a Marvin Bagley III. But let's get to Ron Holland. It was telling that when it was win time, when the game was tight, they pulled Ron Holland out. And we went with Javonte Green over Ron Holland. Javonte Green, I'm going to be honest with you. He made some big plays for us. He did. But he had a terrible game. He's credited with 3 turnovers. It probably should have been close to 4. Only 4 rebounds. He had 9 points, but it was an ugly 9. 0 for 2 from 3. 3 for 7. 3 of 7 from the free throw line. Javonte Green struggled. And even then, he was more effective than Ron Holland for stretches. And when it counted the most, we went with Green over Ron. Ron has got to slow down. No one denies he's talented. No one denies that he's capable of doing a lot of things. Yeah, he was still a plus 14. But your your plus minus is also about who you're playing with. And he got to share most of those minutes with the plus 26 Paul Reed, plus 20 Duncan Robinson, plus 5 Dennis Jenkins. Javonte Green had a higher plus minus than him. Ron Holland has got to slow down. He can't forget who we are asking him to be. He can't. There were moments where he remembered, especially in the second half. But in the first half, there was a lot that was left wanting. Where's the rebounds, Ron, in that first half? Don't stop moving. Get back door. Make sure you're sliding your feet. Stop getting handsy with Manas Buzelis. I know that's your old teammate, but you can't get into foul trouble just because you have an ego and you want to prove that you're better than him. Hey, you know what? Right now, Manas Buzelis gets to start because he's on a play-in lottery team. You're coming off the bench because you're playing for a playoff team that's looking to make a run, a real run for a championship. You don't have anything to prove to Manas. In fact, how you prove the greatest to Manas is by us getting the W and you being able to contribute to winning. And how you do that is by hitting the boards, getting out in transition. There was a play I remember, there was a turnover, and Ron's running down the court. I think it was in the first half. Might have been early in the second half when Chicago was going on their run. And there was a turnover. Ron's running back. I think he got tripped up a little bit. Isaac Okoro was on the wing. And Ron stops running. I guess he assumed that Trey Jones was going to make the layup, but he missed the layup. And then he's staring and he's watching the play. And then all of a sudden, another Chicago Bulls player comes in and follows the missed layup and then puts it in. And the whole time, Ron is watching the play. And I'm sitting there looking at Ron like, what are you waiting for? Your job is to go make the play. Go get the rebound. He's still a little bit behind plays in that regard. Sometimes I watch him on defense and he's nailed to the ground. Now, when he takes off, when he responds, he's reacting. He looks great. He can fly around. He moves his feet well, quick hands, long arms, right? Great athlete, good size. He can do a lot of things when he's reacting and he's moving, but sometimes he just gets stuck. But these are the games. These are the games where he gets a lot of film on himself. These are the games where you give him an opportunity to see where he's at. JB Bickerstaff needs to see where he's at when he is watching him for a full game. For a full game. And it was telling when we needed to get back into the game. When we needed to extend that lead, we pulled Ron out. When it was winning time to close it out, we pulled Ron out. He didn't come back until Duncan Robinson fouled out. Now, I will say there was some room for offensive defensive substitutions. JB Bickerstaff could have done a little bit better there at the end. Karis LeVert instead of Javonte Green. You know, make sure you have an extra ball handler out there. But we got it done. I'm not going to nitpick. I could, but I'm not. Not choosing violence. Looking at silver linings, right? Looking at, I'm choosing peace and prosperity. Today, the number one team in the East, one of the best teams in the NBA, proving to be one of the best teams in the NBA, is now 10-2. And we've got another dog to add to the kennel. We've got another dog to add to the kennel. That might be for tomorrow. I might have to talk that shit tomorrow. We have another dog in Dennis Jenkins to add to the kennel. We got Stu. We got Duran. we got Ron, and now we got Dennis Jenkins. We got Asar, we got Cade, we got some dogs on this, but now we also got Dennis Jenkins. Do y'all realize how much he can help us right now? That level of energy, speed, athleticism, anticipation, flying around at the point of attack, making plays, getting deflections, getting out in transition, getting downhill, making great reads and passes while knocking down threes. Just plug him in between guys like Asar Thompson and Cade Cunningham and Isaiah Stewart and Jalen Duren and Tobias Harris. You plug that in, gives us a lot of what Dennis Schroeder gave us last season. A lot, a lot, a lot. If I'm honest with you, I'm struggling to think of what Schroeder does specifically that much better. I think Schroeder might be a little bit better at creating his own shot, maybe just a tad bit, a little bit more experience. He's a little bit more proven for sure. For sure, he's more proven. He's been a starting point guard before many times on different franchises, right? He's had deep runs in the playoffs, right? It was with the Lakers when they had their deep runs. And all this to say is Dennis Jenkins is being added to the mob. He's being added to the dog like that. Everything that we got out of this game, including the win, that was probably more important to March and April than anything else. Knowing we got that guy that we can trust to do that. Not 20 something points per game. I don't think he's that type of player, volume score, 26, 27. He's not that guy. But 18, especially when Cade and all of them come back, I can see him averaging 12 plus points a game. Moving forward, if he's in a starting lineup alongside Cade and everybody else. I know you started Ron last game against the Washington Wizards, but if I'm honest with you, Ron doesn't look ready to start. And I think coming off the bench, he's reminded that his role is energy. I kept telling y'all saw the stuff he was doing in summer league and was like, oh, he's gonna be doing all this playmaking. You saw him try the playmaking. It didn't really look like we wanted it to look, did it? Didn't look like how we wanted it to look, did it? It's a little rough. It was a little rough. He did make some good plays. I'm not going to but this game was about Dennis Jenkins. This game was about finding someone else to add to our rotation. We know we got B-Ball Paul. You see why JB Bickerstaff trusts him. He trusts him. Karis LeVert, you get it. Duncan Robinson, you get it. Those are our vets. You get it. And then we know we got everybody else who was out injured. Duren, Tobias, Asar, Cade, Ivy, Stu. Now we got those 6 guys who were out, eventually coming back. And then we added to Karis LeVert, Duncan Robinson. And now we can add Dennis Jenkins. Yo, this team is looking good. This team is looking really good. Philly's going to be a tough one on Friday. It's going to be a tough one on Friday. And if I'm honest with you, because I want to say we don't play again until Monday after Friday's game. I think we have the weekend off. I want to verify that real quick. I'm pretty sure we have the weekend off. Let me pull it up real quick. I'll just go this way with it. I'm going to go this way with it. Look at the scores. Here we go. Yeah, I don't think we play again until. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Yeah, we play. So after Friday, our next game is on Monday against the Pacers. If Cade doesn't play on Friday, it's a sign that that tailbone is a little bit worse than we thought. If Duran doesn't play on Friday, the guys who don't play on Friday lets you know they need a little bit more time to mend. And I'm not mad at it. It's smart. It's smart. It is smart. Here's the thing that you may not realize. Here's the thing that you may not realize. And I got a word of the day or the evening for y'all coming up about why it's important to step back, let other people step up. Um, what was I gonna say? Uh, yeah, the reason why it's important to let these dudes play when they're 100%, not 60, not 70, sometimes not even at 80, is because when your body is worn down, when it's getting tired, when it's hurt, you work that much harder. You work that much harder, and it takes that much more out of you to continue to perform. You have to understand that if they got a bad ankle, they're working twice as hard to compensate for it. But what that also does is it wears their body down, the calves, the hamstrings, the groin, that much more. And you start getting things like plantar fasciitis, you start getting muscle tightness, you start getting soreness, you start getting strains because you're working yourself that much more. Taking the time to ensure that your guys are playing at 100%, make sure that they can operate at a maximum when they're 100%, which minimizes how hard they have to work in the first place to perform at their highest level. And it maximizes their ability to recover afterward. Basically, one thing exacerbates the other. If you're hurt, you work harder, you're more predisposed to more injuries and being out even longer. When you're healthy and you're fully energized, you're able to best perform and recover to be able to continue to perform at the highest level. We want to make sure that we are pushing in the direction of our guys always playing at their best as much as possible. You can't always do that. But when you're 10-2, damn it, you can. I know we got Philly on Friday. We've already beaten Philly. So I'm not mad if they sit out one more game. And then we got Indiana on Monday. Another opportunity. This is why you got to think. Some of y'all just want them to play. If they're not 100% and you have the ability to rest them, rest them. Let them rest. I'm thinking of Coming to America. Let them wait. I'm talking to my son. James Earl Jones, classic. But it's to say, let's keep playing chess. Let's keep building for March and April because this game should have all of us excited. This game should have us all excited about just what this team's potential is. Can you imagine starting Jalen Duren, Tobias Harris, Asara Thompson, Jaden Ivey, Cade Cunningham? And then you come off the bench with Isaiah Stewart, Ron Holland, Karis LeVert, Duncan Robinson, and Dennis Jenkins. I like Marcus Sasser. I do. I do. Y'all know I'm a big fan. But what Dennis Jenkins gives us works more for the roster that we have. Did y'all see the chase down blocks? Multiple chase down blocks from Dennis Jenkins, even though it was after a foul. See that speed and athleticism being used on both ends? Can you imagine when you're a team that's that deep, how we're going to be running through some of this competition? Now I'm gonna keep talking about some of these themes of what we need to continue to work on, like staying disciplined, not beating ourselves. playing defense with our feet, not with our hands, making sure we're doing the little things like boxing out, being aware of our rotations, right? We need to improve up here. We need to improve up here. The veterans know. The veterans know. Karras, Duncan, Paul, they know. That's how they've stayed in the league this long. Because they're not necessarily starters, but they're high level role players because they figured it out up here. When our guys, Duran, Cade, Asar, Ivy, Ron, when they start figuring it out up here, playing like vets, that's when we will jump into that championship window. When we no longer beat ourselves. We no longer beat ourselves. No silly fouls. No overreaching in front of the referee. And Ron Holland, look, I know it sounds like I'm getting on Ron today. Damn it, I didn't want it to seem like I was getting on really anybody today. But Ron, would you stop complaining to the referees, bro? You just got here, bro. You just got here, bro. You just got here. Bro, Ron. Nobody knows who you are, bro. Nobody knows who you are, bro. We know who you are because we're Pistons fans. I know who you are. I've been following you since G League. I love your game, right? You remind me of a supercharged TJ Warren, right? You got that nice little downhill 6'8" frame, smooth little jump shot. People ain't seeing your mid-range. I've seen your mid-range. Went back and saw your high school tape and then saw you in the G League. I know you got the little mid-range. You're nice. You're nice. Stop complaining to the referees. Stop it. Stop. They don't care, bro. You can't complain on every play. You have proven nothing for them to give you the benefit of the doubt. That's not how this league works. Tolu Smith had that little baseline post up against Patrick Williams. One, you should have known better. Patrick Williams is built like a tank. Did a little quick move. He was able to push you off the block. Yeah, it was a push. Yeah, he probably hit you on the arm. But you still had to get back. Because you understand. You understand. This is the treatment. Don't nobody know who you are, bro. They know who Patrick Williams is. He's already been re-signed from his rookie deal. He's been a starter, rotation player. They don't know who you are, bro. They're not stopping the game for you. They're going to let it go up and down. Ron Holland, same thing. You're in your sophomore year, bro. Ain't nobody checking for you, bro. The best thing you could do is just keep playing hard. Get defensive rebounds. Ignite our transition offense. Become consistent. Become reliable. Do the little things. And you will earn your respect. You will earn it. Jalen Duran is starting to get his respect because he's earning it this year. It's not to say he's no longer hitting them with moving screens at times. No, he gets that respect because they see him out there playing and he's a bucket. He's a baller. He's hooping. And the league is recognizing him. So they're not going to ding him with the little stuff no more. With the little no more. All right, you moved your feet maybe a little bit, maybe shuffle. Okay, I'm going to give it to you. We just want to see you play. We just want to see you play. We want to see you play, Jalen Duran. Ron, the league don't know if they want to see you play yet. Some my college coach used to say, God rest his soul, right? Used to say, fans don't want to come out here and see that. They don't want to see you come out here and just shoot the ball just because you want to get your rocks off and you want to impress somebody in the stands. Nobody want to pay to see that ball. I mean, he wasn't saying it to me. He was saying it to my teammates. But Cash just want to come out there and just chuck. Cash just want to come out there and just act like it's still high school and they think that they're the man. Nah, bro. People want to see a style of play. People want to see something entertaining. People want to see something that's enjoyable, that's worthwhile to go pay money to buy tickets. This is an entertainment corporation, business, conglomerate, monopoly called the NBA, the National Basketball Association Incorporated. And you are lucky enough to be a part of the greatest basketball league we have ever seen. in this rendition of humanity. I don't know if there's some past, maybe there's some past humanity, has been around and then they played basketball. I don't know about them. I know in this one, it's the greatest league ever. You have an opportunity to be a part of it, and you're in year 2. You've proven nothing. Earn your respect. Quit begging and crying for it. Quit asking for. Get into the mindset. You don't even want the call. You don't even want. I don't care about the call. I'm gonna make the play no matter what. If I go up, I'm scoring, and I'm not expecting to get the call. I get knocked to the ground. I'm bleeding. The ref gave me the call. Okay. Wasn't expecting it. I'm just here to hoop. You got to earn your respect, bro. You got to earn your stripes. I'm going to get off a run. This is a hell of a game by the Pistons. This is a team game. They ran their offensive sets. They moved the ball around. Dennis Jenkins ran this team to perfection. I'm gonna be honest. He might have ran this. He might have ran this team better than even Cade has. And I'm talking about actually like running the show, getting guys involved while you stay involved, taking the right shots at the right times, making timely shots, setting up your teammates, seeing the floor. Did y'all notice they didn't press Dennis Jenkins? Maybe until the very end of the game when he was exhausted after playing 40 out of 48 minutes. Then they pressed him a little bit. They were like, okay, maybe he's too tired to just blow past us and get to the rim. Dennis Jenkins understands going north and south. He understands getting downhill. He understands how to balance that threat to open up his passing lanes. Dennis Jenkins ran this team to perfection, bro. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see him do it with Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey. I can't wait. Have those boys on the wing, coming off of screens, and Dennis is finding them. I'm telling you, he reminds me of a faster, quicker Tyus Jones. Kind of reminds me of even like a Mike Conley, a bigger Mike Conley. Just a guy who just has it. He has it. He understands what this is. Yo, it's good to have everybody in the chat. Yo, Thomas, Matuka, yeah, don't touch us. We sizzling. Is it just me? Insight with, yeah, I agree too. Big at you. Took it to the hole multiple times. Strong. Yes, he did. Sit them, which will strengthen our bench more. Look, if they're not 100%, we do not need to press them. We do not need to press them. I know some people want to, hey, we gotta make sure playing. Nah, man, this ain't the old school, man. 82 games ain't the same no more, man. You never seen Jordan chasing a Mark Price off of a down screen on the 3-point line. Never seen Scottie Pippen running around chasing Jeff Hornacek around threes, around screens for threes, double screens. No, they didn't do that. They're sitting back most of the time. I'm sure Scottie Pippen was the point of attack defender plenty of times. You know what I'm saying? Attacking and riding him the full length of the court like Asar Thompson does. Yeah, he did it. But he wasn't chasing guys off screens on the weak side. He didn't have to worry about Steph Curry. We have never had to run this much in NBA history. We can't let our guys wear out. It's a marathon. We'll get to the rest of these comments. They know Ron is a complainer and Duran too. They do. I'm telling you right now, referees don't respect complainers. If you complain about every call, they don't respect you. Sasser and Dennis grew up together. Sasser's more of a 2 guard. Dennis more of a point guard. 100%. Downtown Deuce told me that first. Is this your alternate profile, Deuce? Is it just me? Inside with it? I don't know. You might be Downtown Deuce. I don't know. That's exactly what he used to say. Sasser is more of a 2 guard. Dennis is more of a 1. See, Stephen Bunk, what sold me more than anything was those OT rebounds in the Wizards game. Yeah, yeah. Is it just me? Saw Dennis dog pound Reed Shepard with no fear. Now that's a dog pound. Yeah, I feel you. I'm telling you, look, the fact that we come out of this stretch knowing that we've got another dog in Dennis Jenkins means everything. It means everything. It means everything. It means everything. Knowing that we can go this deep, that we can go this deep. Yes, after this game, we can see Bobby Clemens not ready for regular minutes. I get it. He rebounds well. He moves his feet. He's got all the parts. He got all the pieces. He just has to slow it down and put it together. Ron Holland, he's an energy guy still. He's just an energy guy still. He's not necessarily, as long as he's locked into that, play him. He can do great. Comes to playmaking, being a primary scorer, this was his opportunity to show that he could be that. And he left us wanting. Okay, we know. Cool. Cool. We know. Wendell Moore gave us great minutes. Look, let me be real. Let me keep it 100 with you. Almost said Troy Weaver. Trajan Langdon. Great job. These are little unsung moves. These are little unsung moves, bro. These are the unsung moves throughout the course of a season where general managers really earn their money. He released a player, signed Wendell Moore Jr., who played with us last year, if not the last couple of years. Wendell Moore came in immediately. 10 minutes time. Got a bucket. He had a dunk. He had an assist. He had a steal. He had a block. No turnovers. This guy came in and gave us real minutes. He's played within our system already. We trust him. We got him. He did exactly what we were needing from him when we needed it the most. Yep, Kobe Jones got released. Wendell Moore, 6'6". I think he's got like a 6'11", crazy long wingspan. Really good athlete. Gets out in transition. He understands what JB Bickerstaff is looking for. He has chemistry with these guys on the roster. Even though he had a moment where he started doing too much, like he was trying to dance, I was like, bro, that's not what we looking for. That's not what we're looking for. We're just looking for you to be a better version of Javonte Green, if we're honest. Looking for you to be a bigger Javonte Green. 6'6" instead of 6'4", 6'3", 6'4". Gave us great minutes. We needed those 10 minutes. We needed that. Especially when Ron was struggling. Ron might be tired if we're honest. We're honest. Remember, he played those back-to-back and this game 2 days later. His legs might be a little. We got Friday and then we got a long break. Well, not a long break, but we got Saturday, Sunday. We don't play again until Monday, so 3 days off. This was a hell of a game. We got another one to add to the dog pound. We got another one. I'm proud of this team. Proud of this team. Look, I like to leave y'all with some at the end of my lives. Don't be scared to take a step back. Don't be scared to take a step back. And especially for us men, because we're always conditioned to be the Superman, to never need anybody, to have it all together, have all the answers, be able to do it all. And we burn ourselves out. And the downside of burning yourself out isn't just that you have less capacity to show up for those you love the most. It's not just that sometimes you'll have the tendency to blame those whom you're letting yourself burn out for and blame them for not doing more. But worse, you don't even realize you are the primary mechanism that's keeping their growth and development into greater roles that can help you stunted. You are the primary mechanism for stunting their growth by not taking a step back when you need it and allowing them to step in. Allowing them to step in. It's not always about you dictating it either. Yeah, at times you can facilitate and you can delegate responsibilities. That's cool. But sometimes you just need to sit your behind down and say, I ain't got it. I'm tired. Boss man been riding my ass. I'm exhausted. I need a nap. I need some milk. I need to chill the freak out. I need to go get me some me time. I ain't got it. I ain't got it. I know I've been holding it down. I ain't got it. It's okay. Because when you do that, you know what other people have to do? Step up. Just like when somebody gets injured, just like with Cade. I ain't got it today. Durant rolled his ankle. I don't know if y'all caught that the last game. He rolled his ankle. He's out. Other guys got to step up. Now we see who can step up. Maybe not everybody. Maybe not Bobby. Maybe not Ron. Maybe not Tolu. Maybe not Chaz. But you found out you got one in Dennis. You don't find this out if you don't take a step back, bro. You don't find out who's rolling with you, who can ride with you to where you're trying to go till you give people a chance to step up into your life. Sometimes you got to sit your butt down. Sometimes you got to say, I ain't got it. Sometimes you got to say, look, if I don't take this care for me, it's not going to let me last till March and April. I'm not going to be ready for when it matters the most. I'm out here wearing myself out, and my kid is 3, and my kid is 9. You ain't going to be there when your kid turns 30. You ain't going to be there when they're walking down the aisle. You ain't going to be there when they're graduating because you don't wore yourself out. You got to start thinking the long game. It's chess, not checkers. Some of y'all trying to stunt and look good for today, and you're compromising tomorrow. Play the long game. We Pistons. It's about championships. It's about a healthy family, strong relationships. When you 98 to 106 lying on your deathbed and you got generations laying around you, everybody crying because they're going to miss you and they love you. You got strong relationships. Your kids love you. Your grandkids love you. Your great grandkids love you. That's winning the game. That's the win. It ain't the car. It ain't the house. Ain't the money. Ain't none of that. So when you have a ripe old age and your family loves you, you got strong relationships. That's the win. That's the championship. That's the Jordan walk-off jumper on Byron Russell. Hit that and go off into the sunset. That's what that is. That's what that is. Play the long game in life, y'all. If you're tired, sit down. Let somebody else step up. Be honest. Be vulnerable. Even if they disappointed, like some of these fans were that Cade wasn't playing. Oh, man, see these guys getting red. Man, they should be playing 82 games. Mad. They don't care. They don't care about Cade. They trying to fulfill some fantasy of playing every single game. They're not thinking about championships. They just looking in the moment. I want you to play every single game. I want you to play every single game. I don't care. Some of y'all moving through life like that. It ain't going to work. You ain't going to last. You ain't going to last. Play the long game. Win at life. All right? Get some rest. Let people step up in your life. And you're going to find out at the end of the day, you're going to have squad around you when it matters the most. Yo, it's your man 100 Grand Ross with The Rock Never Stops. Smash the like button for me. Hit subscribe and the bell for notifications. Get at y'all consistently. Probably going to try to go live in the morning. We'll talk about Dennis Jenkins added to this dog pound, what that means for this roster. Might even do a preview for the Sixers. Who knows? He could be really useful against them, especially with Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edge coming with all that quickness. All right, I got out of here. Holla at y'all next time. Peace.